Here we go for another live stream debates and answering your frequently asked questions. Let us know how we can progress to prevent the greater bad in the world. I'm gonna put on my headphones and you can join the debate. You can request a discussion. I'm here to answer your questions, to be here for preventing the greater suffering. Only the pro-extinction movement is working to achieve the end of all suffering. Yeah, that's a fact. There's nothing else that is working towards preventing everybody's bad experience. The only against suffering social justice progress, social justice movement is the pro-extinction. So we are going to cause the total extinction of every life, so that we're going to ensure the end of all suffering. Forceful total extinction of every life is the only right thing, the only goal worth fighting for, worthwhile. So ending all suffering by any means necessary is what we must do. Debate me, or join the pro-extinction movement and achieve this with us. Help us to develop enough intelligence, enough resources that are going to enable peace for every life. linktr.ee/pro-extinction. This discussion is public, so let us know what is worth focus must put more attention into. Philip Mainlander is asking me, am I plant-based? I'm not a plant. Yeah, I can assure you that. So, we're here to bring attention to the only urgent problem in the world, the only bad thing, the risk of having extremely bad experience, inevitable as long as every life exists. So we must intervene and end this cycle. We must cause total extinction. There's nothing else that could be ensuring safety for all. So join us in the fight to abolish suffering. We can achieve this goal. There's nothing else that could be worth putting our resources, time, and dedicating our lives into. There is nothing else. Provide proof and try to explain what should be our focus. Oh, freezing and glitching. Thank you for letting me know. So. Still, the outcome of causing total extinction is something that can prevent everybody from suffering. It doesn't matter who the victims are, where, and what the non-victims are feeling or thinking. Only the results, the consequences of preventing everybody's suffering matter. Someone called Alkidi Rather 5 is commenting in the chat, how can plants suffer? They cannot. It's scientifically proven that the organisms with capability to experience suffering have to have nervous systems. It residues in the brain, the bad experience. Hassan in the chat is saying, wait, do you think all living beings should die? We think the pro-extinction movement states the facts about reality, that no more suffering from dying or otherwise any bad experience should continue, and that's why we must work towards ensuring safety by any means necessary. That is causing total extinction. In practice, we have to be based in reality. Yeah, we have to die. That's how it is in reality. We are mortal. We are going to die. Our organisms are going to get disintegrated and gone. Yes, and fungi and bacteria, everything that could sustain life from into this system, that could enable life to evolve back into suffering again and again pointlessly, must get eradicated. By any means necessary, we must ensure safety for all by extinction. Yeah, we are living by example. Thanks for commenting that, bread. North Star is asking if I'm a real person. Yes, I am. You can check out more of our activists that are developing and growing their social media profiles on proextinction.com site and page social media accounts. So something that doesn't experience suffering doesn't matter. Are you going to not cause total extinction because rocks exist? What kind of argument is that? That someone doesn't experience suffering so they shouldn't die? What? The perception of death is going to exist as long as living beings exist, so there's no more suffering from viewing death or observing it, viewing dead things. Yeah. Another reason for total extinction. Satoru in the comments commented the feeling pain is some reason for extincting on life. It's not. It's not my reason. The pro-extinction movement is going to cause total extinction to prevent all the extreme bad experiences. Bad experience doesn't limit to pain. Also, there are masochists in the world, that's true, but they don't matter over preventing everybody's bad experience. Preventing suffering matters. So we must ensure putting everyone into permanent safety or permanent sleep to ensure peace. Hello, Mark.
Hello?
What's up?
Yeah, so you're a nihilist then?
Come again? What did you say?
Are you a nihilist?
What is it?
You believe that nothing ultimately matters.
No, obviously not. This social justice movement I am growing, the pro-extinction movement, is activist. We are about intervention and putting everyone into safety. So permanent sleep, extinction of every life is the only thing worth living and fighting for.
Oh, okay. What's your basis for normative claims?
What?
How is it possible for your worldview to make a coherent account of what we ought do?
Yeah, so we're based on preventing suffering. Only ethics that are based on preventing the greater bad are something that's making sense.
Can you justify any of that?
That's what I just said. Preventing what's bad is ethical.
Yeah, no, that's what's in question, so you need to justify that.
You're saying that preventing, an example, child rape, child torture is not something worth fighting for?
That's a burden shift. I need you to give your basis for why that's bad. Your basis.
Victim's perspective. You don't have compassion to understand it like I or the pro-extinction movement does. Thanks for coming up with this nonsense. Some comments not mentioning. Okay, I see some requests. Hello, Bombo Clay.
Hello.
What's up?
What's up? What is about?
Yeah, you see this banner, this text. The fact that total extinction of every life is something we must be fighting and developing towards, because that can achieve ending all suffering.
Okay, you said total extinction is something we need to fight for and work to.
Yeah, if you're just gonna repeat what I say, you can do it in the chat maybe. I do have some meaningful points. Thank you. Hello, ReviTube.
Hello. So, what does this all mean? What does it mean?
Do you understand English?
I understand that you're a fucking nigga. Nigga!
Excuse me, viewers. That was something. Yeah. If there are some moderators in the chat, you can maybe ban those people because I'm not reviewing the chat entirely. Yeah. someone without, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. This guest has ruined our live stream a little bit, but we'll see with other guests that can possibly be of help. What do you think about today's theme of this live stream, Luca?
I think that all extinctionists deserve painful death.
Not sadistic, that's something that we do not wish upon anyone. We shouldn't be causing anyone unnecessary suffering. Hello, Varkey?
So, if you really think that the end of all life will stop suffering,
That's a fact.
why? Yeah, it's a fact. But just because it's true doesn't mean it's reasonable, right?
Why?
Like,
What's your reason against it?
if you really think it's true, then you would start with
We're going to start with developing the movement that is capable of achieving this. We are going to gather enough resources and intelligence. That's not something that can be started with ourselves. That's what we're going to say. Because why prolong your point for, speaking slowly, making some dramatic entrance? Well, you can just say that you have an alternative solution. What would be ending all suffering without total extinction? Hello. For parking.
I just wanted to ask, like, you say that you want to prevent like the ultimate suffering, or you want to prevent suffering by committing the ultimate sleep. But how do you know that what we experience in the afterlife isn't suffering?
There's no afterlife. What?
How do you don't know that? You don't know that. There's no definitive proof that says that there's no afterlife. You don't know that what we experience after
You're
death.
saying that some superhero movie is gonna appear in front of your
I'm not
eyes
saying
after you're
there's
dead.
endless possibilities.
No,
I'm
there
just
are
saying
no
there's-
endless possibilities. There is no possibility that there are neurotransmissions, that there are activations in the brain after you're just disintegrated. You're just dust. Hello, water?
Nigga,
water?
back up, back, nigga,
I'm
nigga,
sorry,
nigga,
guys.
nigga, nigga, back up,
Shouldn't let in
nigga,
such
nigga.
people. Hate speeching. You should report those if you can. Against hate speech. Against hate speech. Yeah. Hello, Steely-san.
Yo,
What's up, Steely-san?
yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up?
Alright, I got a question, like, I read, like, the whole manifesto online, and it's like, you gotta, like, exterminate all life everywhere in the universe, but if life is, like, completely natural, after you exterminate all the life, it will start back up again, so, like, how do you stop
Natural
that?
doesn't mean eternal. There is nothing that's permanent, right? In the nature, it has been proven that extinction has been ending suffering since the beginning of experience, but we are going to research what is the most realistic and what is the most possible to prevent everyone's suffering. We are not going to make false claims. For that, extinction can start from this and then place. We are going to research on the most vast and thorough extinction possible. What else should we be fighting for so that we can end everyone's suffering? Is there any other way?
Well, like, I feel like it's just not an obtainable, like, it's just not gonna work out. Like, you need some godlike powers to make it happen.
No. Why? Why would you say that when we can intervene and actually implement euthanasia? It's realistic. You're going to just be in your own brain, in your own circle, without trying to scientifically do the research and help everyone.
I think it's unrealistic, just like it's how it's unrealistic of you getting a job.
Someone has no idea about reality. Sorry, I guess guests of this live stream. I'm not able to read all of your comments, but you can try to let me know your questions before trying to request a voice chat discussion. Wolf Chronorty on chat is saying something is most vegan-friendly opinion I've ever seen. What? It has nothing to do with bigotry that is allowing wildlife to suffer. We're not in favor of veganism here. Andreas is saying that no one is going to follow the pro-extinction movement. You're completely wrong. We have exponentially grown over these like 2 years and are still developing. We are at the 0 point stage of our movement. We're trying to gather enough intelligence so then we can have enough resources that are going to technologically, scientifically, and first and foremost ethically prevent everyone from suffering by any means necessary at any cost. Yeah, really. Okay, someone is requesting a discussion, but they're not serious. If you can change my mind about your previous point, type it in the chat maybe. I can reconsider letting you speak. It's not about your voice or any characteristics that you're coming up with on this voice chat. It's about relevance to the topic. It's about being rational and ethically oriented on solving everyone's suffering. When you're trying to come up with anything other than rational, ethical points, you're not welcome here. When you're not bringing anything to the discussion, of course. When you're just repeating what I'm saying, it feels like you're not being serious about this. Yeah, Haver Wi-Fi, I don't know. There are not much requests or questions, but I would really appreciate you inputting some developing or progressing points. You can maybe plan this debate or discussion later. You can directly let me know what's your point, or you can just ask questions in the chat and I might let you know earlier from the queue of requesting voice discussion. Also, you can, what's it called? You can join the Abolish Suffering Discord that is developing from collaboration. There are many activists that are available any time of the day. Okay. I don't think I have. Oh, maybe I have moderators today. Thank you. Hello, AV Taruk BB.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, so I just have a few questions, right? And I'm gonna try and have this be in good faith, right? So, do you agree with the fact that suffering is the absolute worst thing, right? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, that is what it is.
Okay, so would you agree that killing someone constitutes death, right? Like immediate death, right? Do you agree with that?
Constitutes death? What do you mean by that? I don't
Like,
understand.
yeah,
Maybe
if you kill
English enough.
if you kill an alive being, it would like necessarily like involve like bringing them death, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is there like a difference in like is there justified killing in your view? You wouldn't necessarily have justified killing, right?
No. So we have
Okay,
to think
why?
realistically. There is suffering that's inevitable in life, and suffering is getting imposed since you are forced into life, since you're given birth. And What is something that could limit the suffering? There is no reducing suffering in life. There is no a state of zero suffering in life as long as living beings are suffering, experiencing being at risk of suffering. So,
Yeah. So
so
main.
bringing about total extinction only can prevent the greater bad.
Yeah. I sure. So to like abolish suffering, you would have to kill animals, humans, right? Life in
No,
general, of
euthanize.
course.
We're not in favor of reckless
Well,
or violent actions.
okay. So my only question is that like uh there's like 20 quintillion animals. How would you bring about like
Yeah,
mass euthanasia to animals,
yeah.
right? Because animals can't
That's a
consent,
good
right?
question. There's nothing other than putting everyone into permanent sleep that could reach everybody. So there are many theoretical scientific theories that suggest that ending every life is probable, that it's possible by intelligent actions, by intervention. It is possible. Putting everyone to sleep through, an example, false vacuum decay, strange matter, artificial intelligence control. There are many theories that we're developing, and we need to grow pro-extinction, intelligent, resourceful movement that is going to be capable of intervention.
Okay, so like it would like be ethical death. I mean, yeah. Like the only thing is like it would be like really hard to like kill 20 quintillion. Like even of all the governments agreed to like be pro-extinction, like sure they could kill all humans, right? Like I don't, that would be possible. But like when it comes to the quantity of like 20 quintillion animals, like even like insects, like maritime life, like I just think it would like be a little bit harder, right? Just because there's so
So,
many of them.
why is it now about you? Why is it about your difficulty in the process, in this project?
Hmm?
Who cares?
I
It's
think
the only thing worth fighting for, ensuring safety for every life, so that no more suffering emerges from the dangerous environments, from the life fundamentals, the physical reality ever again.
okay. So like okay, so there's no justified killing. Because it needs to be ethical, right? It needs to be
Yeah,
ethical, like
the ethical outcome is total extinction by any means necessary. If it's going to be painful, we have to still work for it. It limits the pain that is existent in life inevitably for billions of years. It's going to come again
yeah,
until
I agree
total
with that. So
extinction. Yeah.
so does it have to be voluntary? Like
What?
euthanasia, for example, would it
Of
euthanasia?
course not. It's not voluntary at all. Being forced to exist is involuntary since the beginning, and ensuring prevention of suffering by total euthanasia is not going to cause harm from involuntary actions ever again. Yeah.
Okay, so there's like no problem in people continuing to suffer.
No, there is a problem, of course. Suffering is
Okay,
the
no,
only problem in the
know what you
world.
mean. I know what you mean, but like there's people who are gonna refuse, like they're gonna refuse this movement, right? Like they're not
Yeah,
gonna agree to.
wildlife, enslaved, and of course unintelligent humans, they are at risk of at constant risk, at constant danger of suffering as long as life exists, and we have to intervene and cause total extinction to prevent this from continuing.
So you would have to kill them though, right? Because like let's say they like absolutely refuse to like euthanasia, like you would have to like kill them because like they don't agree necessarily, right?
So what I just said is that providing euthanasia is not consensual. Did you hear that? Yes.
Okay, I didn't hear it. Sorry. Okay, so um, so you would have to like force it on them. Okay.
Yeah. Forceful total extinction of every life is the only right thing to do as it ends all suffering. And this pro-extinction
Like,
movement only is working to achieve intervention against bad experiences for all. Do you have another question or about our development solutions or even an alternative we should be minding instead?
yeah, actually, I think like there's a lot of things that could technically. Do you agree with like? So obviously, suffering is like the absolute evil, but like, is it justified to like minimize harm, for example? Like under the life,
What?
like could you like, would it be justified to like minimize harm under life, even if like there's suffering?
We have been minimizing harm since the beginning of experiencing because it's what we're doing. Avoiding suffering at any cost throughout our whole lives, but the only intelligent point from continuing it is through the pro-extinction development. The pro-extinction movement is going to intervene with the minimum acceptable minimization of harm. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think that's all my questions. Have a good day. I'm dip.
Thanks. You can join the Abolish Suffering Discord if you can maybe
I'm gonna join the
contribute more.
Discord.
Yeah.
I'm gonna join the Discord.
Yeah,
Okay,
great.
bye. Have a good day.
Bye. So it's on Linktree Proextinction and the proextinction.com site. See you other guests right now. Someone left. Oh, sorry, one person at a time. First was the El Salem. What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Hey. Do you have a job, or do you go to school, or what's your
It's not
current-
about me.
Huh?
Do you have a question regarding the topic of this live stream?
Yes, because that's the thing. So you're pro-extinction, but you're talking about ending suffering. But in my experience, once you have a stable life, you don't suffer.
So, can you ensure stable life, even the minimum amount of safety, that is maybe shelter or, not being in constant terminal illness or being at the risk of predators, not being starved to death, that is the wildlife experience. Can you ensure that for everybody without causing total extinction, safety?
I can even tell you how. You want to know how?
Tell me.
Okay, so first of all, shelter. There are plenty of buildings that are unoccupied. And
Yeah, you're gonna let in squirrels, lizards, and snakes to live there and not kill each other?
well, I had a dream where the old house that my father sold, that it was full of cats, and there was one cat that's really aggressive. But the house was full of cats, full.
Alright, sorry, but we're not here to listen to your fever dreams. Seems like you just went here for some coping instead of solving suffering. Hello, anarchist mom.
Hello.
What's up?
Yeah, I have a quick question for you. It seems that we're constantly portraying this as safety, right? Like you keep saying people are safe if there's a forceful extinction.
Not only people, all the life victims, so those beings capable of suffering, of having a bad experience can be safe when there are no more dangerous conditions that are sustaining life, inevitably.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a confused point, though. It is the case that if you were to experience safety, you would have to obtain some
No,
sort of
we don't care about the experience of safety, we care for being prevented of suffering. How can
Yeah,
you
but
prevent the
safety-
bad experience without causing every life to go extinct?
Yeah, that's my problem. You're offering a contradictory statement. There is no case where
that's not my
safety is
problem,
not an
sorry.
experience.
Goodbye. We're not in favor of your nonsense or delusions. Hello, Noah.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
I can hear you, Noah.
Alright, I was just wondering if your account is engagement bait or if you're actually an idiot.
It's a serious account. This is a social media profile for developing the pro-extinction social justice movement. Antibadexperience. Yeah, that's what we're called here. We don't care about the experience of safety that is causing the risk of everybody being in constant bad state. It doesn't matter how many safe experiences there are, only preventing the extremely unsafe, the bad experience matters. From the victim's perspective, preventing that state is everything. Nothing else matters. So, we are going to intervene with total extinction. There's nothing else that we can achieve or we can work towards that could be good enough. But if you have Good point, good question. Something that could contribute well to developing rational, intelligent, and ethical society. Let us know, request the discussion. Later we can settle maybe a long form debate, or you can let us know in the messages by other formats on other platforms like Abolish Suffering Discord, direct messages through short video exchange. We can make short videos while talking to each other, like through duets or stitches. We can make many forms of communication. Yeah. We're doing peaceful activism towards forceful total extinction of all life because it is the only right thing to do, as it ends all suffering. Well, until you could maybe come up with a solution that could end all suffering sooner. But you have to provide very concise, very sound proof for that. Oh, someone called me AI. Thank you for this compliment. Boris in the chat is saying that suffering is essential. Yeah, it is an inevitable part of reality of life. The experiencing, the capable of suffering life is just whole. It is something that is going to continue as long as this system continues. This system, the pro-life system, the suffering imposing system, is going to be the problem as long as sentient, so those living beings continue. Yeah, it doesn't matter that not everyone is suffering, Leo, because only from the victim's perspective, preventing the bad experience matters. So everybody that's capable of bad experience must get prevented from suffering. Doesn't matter who they are, where they are. The intervention to prevent the bad experience is something worthwhile. So total extinction can be something helpful. And doesn't matter that even one person, what is the amount of people that would be suffering, amount of animals. Of course, any sufferer is worth ending the entire world for. For one sufferer, we must destroy the world, we must forcefully cause total extinction. Sorry, I am behind in the comments. Reading the comments now. Yeah. All right. So, there are still no... Someone is commenting about aborting themselves. Yeah, so the post-birth abortion, that is total extinction of every living being, is something we would support, yeah. Some irrelevant comments again, confusing me at this moment. So if you would come up with something worthy of putting up on the big screen, of bringing more widespread social media, public attention to, you can let me know anyway, anytime. You can contact through many platforms, many contact forms that we have on the proextinction.com site listed, and we can settle this. We can develop this solution for every living being. Total extinction, that is. So, contact, join, or try to challenge or even propose a better solution. See you next time. I'm going to see some maybe new audience from proextinction.com.